Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Javier, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. So you're one of my online TOEFL students, and you have a question. You say, hi teacher, have a good day. I have a doubt, and maybe you can help me. Let's make this one word, not two, because you're not really using it as a verb. Say, some native speakers have told me that you want to use a subject after this because you're using this as a noun clause. So have told me that it is grammatically incorrect to say had. Like, for example, if I'd had the money, I would have bought a new car. What is your opinion about this? Now, let's put this into the proper context of the TOEFL exam. And you're getting into what's called a language use issue, Javier. And I think being able to control your language use is very important because during the independent and integrated speaking tasks, you may have to talk about some type of hypothetical situation, something that might be, in this case, what's called a past impossible condition. And the native speakers have misled you. What you have written here, if I had the money, I would have bought a new car, is grammatically correct. There's no problem with that. Why? Because you're talking about a past impossible situation. Now, in addition to being able to have good language use during the speaking section of the exam, sometimes during the listening, reading, or writing sections of the test, you may also encounter this type of grammar. So I think understanding how to use what I call present possible situations, present impossible situations, past impossible situations, being able to use grammar in these three different areas and understanding what to do with your verbs in these examples, I think, is important because it can improve your ability to use the language. And anything you can do there is going to have very positive impact on your TOEFL score. So let's take a look at your sentence here, and let's recast the sentence in these three different situations here. So first of all, we have what's called present possible situation. It means that it could happen, it might happen, right? So then we're going to use the simple present in the conditional clause, if I have the money, and then we'll use the future tense in the independent clause part of the sentence. So then you would say it like this. You would say, if I have the money, I will buy a new car. That means that it's possible. Now, in this case, it sounds kind of odd. Maybe you're waiting for someone to give you some money, or you're borrowing some money, or you're waiting for your paycheck, or you have a bank loan that's coming in that's going to allow you to get the money. So then you're saying, if I have the money, maybe I will buy a new car. Right? So it's possible. There are some conditions, but it's possible. Now, let's take the idea here and let's recast it so it's a present impossible condition. Here's the key, Javier. You want to use the simple present tense when you're talking about present impossible situations. So here, you would say, if I had the money, I would buy a new car. Now you have to look at what the meaning means here. It really means I will not buy the car because I do not have the money. That is what's called the implied reality. You see that? Now let's go to the last one. So I think the native speakers are confusing number 2 and number 3. And remember that conversational English, and a lot of native speakers who speak conversational English, they may not even be using this grammar correctly as they communicate with other people, even in the United States. So people don't always speak correct grammar. So then we take number 2. Now remember, here's the key, Javier. We need to use the past perfect tense to talk about a past impossible situation. This is where you get the two hats. If I had the money, I would have bought a new car. Now again, this is the hard part too. If you hear this, if somebody's saying this on the listening section of the TOEFL exam, or even during the speaking section, if you hear a conversation like this, it means that I did not buy the car because I did not have the money. Or because I did not have the money, I did not buy the car. That's kind of the meaning there. It didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. So in conclusion of this video, let me just recap what I'm saying. So as you talk about present possible situations, use the simple present in the dependent clause, use the future in the independent clause. Number 2, when you talk about present impossible situations, you want to use the simple present in the dependent clause there, the if clause, and then you can use the would, and this is really the past tense of will, right? So you're using the simple past here, and you're saying would buy. And then number 3, with past impossible situations, you're definitely using what's called the past perfect tense. That's why you have had. Then you have would have bought there. So there you go. Those are the 3 different ways to talk about present possible, present impossible, and past impossible situations.